There's something stuck in it.
Today on we're going to be discussing the disturbing trend in regards to speed. We're going to dive into these claims, we're going to highlight the dangers, and we're going to see if it's even worth it. Let's go. Recently, when I picked up my arrma Vorteks Boost, right on the box it says 30 miles an hour. But as soon as I got it out of the box, I charged it up and I drove it, it clearly did not go 30 miles an hour. So then I started thinking, how do you get it to 30 miles an hour? Well, then I go and I look on the box and you see a little asterisk right there on the box. It's the fine print, it's how they get you, the fine print. It says right there, with optional gearing in excellent, amazing conditions. So then I started thinking, well, what's the optional gearing and what are the optimal conditions? While digging through the box, I came across this little technical sheet right here. So I started looking through it and I was thinking, okay. In my head, I know that I have to change the pinion or the spur, at least. Because, how else am I going to hit the speed? The optional gearing, I'm going to have to change something, right? So I started thinking, well, what is the stock gearing? So I start looking through this sheet, and right here in the sheet, in the little diagram, it shows a 14-tooth pinion. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, maybe it's a 14-tooth. But then on the very next page right here, it shows a 17-tooth pinion. So then I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. So then I go to their website and I click on replacement parts. So I go to replacement parts, it says 15 tooth. So I say, okay, then it must come with a 15 tooth. So then I go to their website and I click optional parts. And what do I find? The optional part is also a 15 tooth. So at this point, I have no idea what's going on. After some research and digging around, I flipped the technical sheet over and found this explodable view. So after going through this explodable view, I found a part number on there. I look it up, sure enough, 15-tooth pinion. And in my head, I know, because I do have a little bit of mechanical knowledge, that I need to get a bigger pinion or a smaller spur, or both. But what if I didn't know that? What if I had no mechanical knowledge whatsoever? And this truck is supposed to be a beginner-friendly, upgradable kind of truck where you can go and add these parts to it, but then they don't even tell you what parts to add to it. So what if I didn't know that? And then also, what are the dangers of this? Can I run this motor like this? Will it be too hot? Will it break? What are the consequences of running the different gearing to get this top speed of 30 miles an hour? We all know that this truck out of the box goes maybe 20 miles an hour. It's like 19 to 20 miles an hour. It's well documented. That is very far off of the 30 mile an hour claimed speed. So what conditions and what kind of gearing do we need to hit this 30 miles an hour? And is it even worth it? Let's find out. I picked up an 18-tooth pinion for this motor. We're going to throw it on and I'm going to show you how to do that as well. We're going to do some bashing and then we're going to talk about the results and the consequences. The first thing we'll do is flip the truck over, locate this screw, and remove it. Now that we have the screw out of the bottom, we are going to take this red tab here and we're going to pull it towards us to pull it out. With that out of the way, we are going to use these two pull tabs and we're going to pull the motor and transmission out and up this way. Keep in mind, this can be a little bit of a pain. We will now remove the 3 screws located on the rear of the transmission cover. Now we'll just pull the slipper clutch out. Notice the 15-tooth stock gearing. We're going to go with the RRP Racing 18-tooth pinion gear. Before we could take the pinion off of the motor, we need to remove this little guy right here. Just keep in mind that it is a Loctited part, so it may require a little extra force to get off. Before we put this pinion back on here, just notice on the shaft that there is a flat spot, and that is going to be where you line up your grub screw. So when you're lining up your pinion, just make sure that your hole right here is aligned with the flat spot on there, and I'm going to be using blue Loctite so we can get this off again. We're going to loosen these screws right here so we can shift the motor back and forth so we can set the mesh on our clutch. When setting your mesh, it's important not to go too tight or too loose. So you want it to be somewhere in the middle to where it can move, but it's not all the way pressed up like that, and where it's not all the way loose like that. Just a nice happy medium. Now that our mesh is set, we'll go ahead and slap this all back together. Once you get the back cover put on, just reverse all the other steps and snap this back into place and get your little red dude in through here, and then throw your screw on the bottom. Let's go rip. 2S stock gearing on cement. US with the 18 tooth. Yeah, definitely, it feels like it is faster. I could definitely tell in the concrete when it was, because it was burning out. Like it was burning rubber, literally, when I floored it on the concrete. I never did that before. And it seems a lot more squirrely in this loose sand, especially once I'm coming up to the jump here. Shit. Oh, there's something stuck in that bitch. So, as you can see, it was faster, but, and there's a big but, there's a big but, it lasted all of 10 minutes. So what they don't tell you is that when you get this optional speed gearing, it's supposed to be for like a run or two back and forth. Well, I didn't know that, dude. I was like, well, you know, I just had to take apart my whole motor, put on this different pinion. It should be good, right? Wrong. I was so wrong. I put my pinion on, I did my little speed thing back and forth. I was like, okay, cool, let's go jump it off some stuff. So I'm jumping it off some stuff, as you can see. About 10 minutes into it, fried. At first I thought maybe something was stuck somewhere in something, and so when I went over, I checked out the truck, I rolled it back and forth a little bit, and I was thinking, this doesn't really look right. So I got it home, I ended up taking it apart. This guy right here is completely, I mean, it's not completely locked up, but it is definitely fried. So then I told my homie, I was like, dude, look what happened. And he immediately said, wait, you put that on there and then you just went and just drove and went bashing? I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, that's why I wanted it to go faster and just still work, right? And he was like, no, man, no. You're supposed to just do it for a single run, or maybe 2 or 3 runs back and forth is just to go faster. Then when you want to bash, you have to put your lower gearing back on. And then I thought, what's the point of that? Why would I go somewhere, take everything apart, put on a whole new pinion, drive back and forth a couple of times, and then, oh, well, I better let it cool off so that I can go and have fun with it now and jump it off some things. Let me go and bring my whole toolkit into a parking lot and freaking, like, what? It's ridiculous. Why is this even a thing? So I just don't understand. Why is arrma sitting here claiming this goes 30 miles an hour when it clearly doesn't? And then if you try to, it blows up. Theoretically, a Honda Civic could hit 250 miles an hour with optional gearing and optimal conditions. It's just a ridiculous claim, and I don't understand why this is a standard across the entire RC industry. It's not just arrma. I've also seen Traxxas making this claim as well, and it's always the little fine print. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why this is a thing in the RC industry. You guys need to stop. Please, stop it. We're done with this. So, at the end of the day, yes, it went faster. It was quicker, and it was fun for about 10 minutes. But was it worth it? No, not really. It was worth it in the fact that it's broken, so now I can just throw a brushless system in it and get a video for that. But as far as practicality and my wallet, no, it wasn't worth it at all. I either have the choice of putting it on and just breaking my motor, or bringing an entire tool set out there and sitting in a parking lot putting pinions on and off just to have fun with it for a few minutes, and then like it doesn't make any sense. So no, it wasn't worth it overall, but it was a learning experience. Hopefully you guys can learn something from it, and we'll have some more videos coming soon. Peace. Also going to show you how to do that. Then also we're going to come back, son of a bitch. We're going to be, fuck you. We're going to be discussing the fuck. We are now going to use these pull tabs, and we are going to pull the entire motor and transmission out this way. Son of a bitch. You might need to use something like flathead or any sort of tool that can help you get some leverage under here. And we are just gonna pull this jank out of here. Jesus Christ. Okay, mate, here we go. One last pull. Okay, this thing is a royal pain in the ass. You'll find these 3 bolts located on the transmission cover. Just take them out. No, I don't like that. It sounds retarded. With the motor and transmission removed, son of a bitch. We're going to be installing the... Go into focus, you motherfucker. Sheesh. Maybe I just have to have it in focus already. Hey guys, look at this thing. Hello people, look at this. Hey, what is this thing right here? Okay, maybe I'll just do it like that. We're going to be using the RP... Fucking... Damn it. We'll be using the RRP Racing... Is that what it is? RRP Racing? Shit. The RR tripped me out. Alright, hold on. We're going to be installing the RR Racing 18 tooth 48 pitch 1/8 bore pinion gear today. Now that... Shit, you motherfucker.